whatever in place you need to put in place to say yes to this, to step into this, because it will change your business and ultimately it will change your life. I'm like, stop trying to make me cry. You're going to wreck my lashes. Just stop.
Hello, Tiffany. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to ask you to share your name with our audience and a little bit about what you do.
Great. Hi, I'm Tiffany Noel Taylor. I'm the founder of a little company called TNT Devolution. Yes, I made it up, but it's like divas getting it done. And I teach people about social selling and existing in this virtual first reality and establishing their digital real estate, working online.
I love that. I love that. So Tiffany, tell me, if you could think back to life before joining Swagger School, and in particular our Seal the Corporate Deal program, how would you describe some of the challenges you may have experienced in pitching and landing B2B deals?
Well, I think for me, when I first started thinking about scaling and moving into this business space, I was thinking, oh, the work I do is separate. I work with these small business owners. I work with people that they're scaling to their first million. They're reaching for their first six-figure deal. And I thought, oh, where's my place in a corporate setting and as a corporate trainer? And you expanded my vision of the work I already do and really drew a very direct path for me to step into corporate training.
What would you describe as perhaps the most valuable component of the program and why?
Well, there was a lot. There was one, I love the intimacy of the container and the cohort that you create. And I know that as more people discover the program and get involved, that's going to expand. But I really appreciated the fact that I could show up with you guys weekly and monthly. And I felt safe to talk about where I was struggling as a business owner, as this woman with a brain and new thoughts, but I was trying to find my footing, and I felt really safe. And sometimes that's hard as an owner, as an entrepreneur to find. So I really appreciate that.
You have had such an incredible journey, as an entrepreneur. And I'm curious, you talked about expanding your vision and moving into this new kind of B2B sandbox, so to speak, and targeting corporate clients. What would you say was your biggest mindset shift over the course of the program?
I think, like I said, realizing that it was a natural extension of what I already teach and coach and train on, and that it did have value in this larger arena. I mean, in my mind, it was a larger arena, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to these big organizations where I have a client who just, cracked 8 million. Well, to one of these other organizations, that's like, their monthly revenue. But you demonstrated to me that the issues are the same, the roadblocks are the same, and the challenges are the same, no matter what size the revenue is. So working with you, I could make that shift emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I could see, oh, it's the same. It's not different. And that there were still people. I think something you say often is there are people within these organizations. There are people on the executive teams making the buying decisions about whether to work with you. And that freed me. Oh, I'm Yeti. It freed me so much. No idea. Liberated me.
I love that so much, Tiffany. So there are folks right now who are thinking about joining this program, and they're wondering, what's it going to be like to be part of Swagger School? Can you describe? I often say I'm like your tour guide on this epic B2B sales adventure, but could you describe to them what it's like to work with me as an advisor?
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. You and I were just talking about the fact that I was like, take my money wherever you are going. I want to be there. I want to be a part of it because you have this incredible ability And I know it's just divinely appointed. It's just a gifting that you have to take these very broad concepts and sometimes very complicated conversations, and you simplify them and you say, okay, this is your next step. This is your next step. And I love that about you. You really have been an interpreter for me, and saying, okay, here's the corporate lingo for it. This is how you're going to translate it from what you've been doing. And I could never have found my way here on my own. This is a dream I've probably had for almost a decade, that, I would love to do this kind of work, but I didn't see a way there. And without you, I would have never, truly, my friend, I would never have made this leap. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. We talk a lot about making bold moves with swagger, right? And
Mhm.
I'm curious, if you were to describe in your words how you feel after completing the program, how are you feeling now?
Um, I feel really bold, and I'm not a tiny quiet person, but I have these doubts that we all have, right? And I couldn't even articulate some of my fears or my concerns. Um, Working with you and being surrounded by the community that you cultivate and curate for us to be a part of, you gave me confidence. I don't know, I don't know if there was like a secret, like you were piping it in somewhere, but you gave me a lot of confidence about the skill set I already had, the experience that I had, and how I could take that into this arena and I could stand toe to toe with anybody. I didn't have to doubt. So yeah, I mean, when you say swagger, like, girlfriend, you mean it. It's real. It's real.
If you were talking to a rock star who's on the fence about whether or not to join this program, what would you tell them about the potential impact it could have in their business?
Oh my goodness. Even if I never took this to a corporate environment, right? Even if I was just like, oh, forget that. I don't even know what I was thinking. Not that that's happening, because I like it a lot. But if I decided I didn't want to do that, just working with you and applying the tools and the structure, the outline to my own business. I mean, this is true. Like, Anyeti, I know that just working with you added 6 figures to our bottom line just within the work we were already doing, because I started looking at my own business through the lens that you were showing and sharing. And if I don't know why you would be on the fence, like, get off the fence, like, step forward, do whatever you need to do, put whatever in place you need to put in place to say yes to this, to step into this, because it will change your business and ultimately it will change your life. I'm like, stop trying to make me cry. You're going to wreck my lashes. Just stop.
I know. It has been, entrepreneurship is never an easy journey. Moving into a new space,
Right.
equally can be challenging. What parting words would you leave? Any encouraging words you have for someone who's just right now trying to stretch out of that comfort zone and move into this new playing field? Any encouraging words you can leave with them would be most appreciated.
Well, they'll have you. And I can't say, I don't necessarily have the words for it, but just having you as their guide, as their mentor, as their friend in this environment. You were always really honest, but always kind. You helped me find solutions when I was stuck. And, for me, this was a really heavy year, a really big 6 months of just personal things happening behind the scenes. And you held me with such concern and supported me and gave me space to think about the business when some days I was like, I don't know if I can. You helped me to do that. So it's more than anything, they have you as a guide, and that's huge. I love your brain. You know that. I just love, I love the way you think, and I love the way you express the thoughts in your head. Some people are really smart and they're incredible strategists, but they struggle to communicate it effectively. And you're the opposite of that. I mean, you cut right in there and you say, this is what it is. You simplify everything. You made things so understandable and so easy for me. I'm forever grateful.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. It's been an honor working with you in Swagger School. You raised your hand, right? You were one of the first to raise your hands and join our party bus, so to speak. And it's just a joy to have had this opportunity to work with you. I can't wait to see what you do in corporate streets, because you've been rocking the internet streets. So I cannot wait to see what you do when you take all of your gifts, all of your brilliance, and expand that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited. So let me say one last thing, that you are one of the only coaches and trainers I've worked with who got me moving inside the program. Like what do you call it? A live learning lab? Like, it's not, you don't wait, it's not like, okay, learn everything and, gestate on it and take your time. You're like, nope, we're getting this done. There's so much doing and implementation, and I'm very action oriented myself. So I really appreciated that. Sometimes it was a little kick in the butt when you were like, no, we're going to do it today. What? Oh, okay. But it was good. Like, don't sit on this. Don't wait. And you were so clear about, let's make your money. Let's put your mark out there. There are people waiting for the impact and the training that you have to share. And there was no waiting. You were like, let's get it going. And I love that part of this program. Don't lose that part. Don't make that part go away, because I love it. Good.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. It's been a joy to speak with you, and I look forward to seeing you rocking your swagger out in these streets.